So, how many people are on the fence thinking about working with you, but you didn't follow up, so you missed that opportunity? Well, if you don't have a simple process in place to take care of them from that first point of contact, you're going to continue to lose those people, which is missed opportunities, and you're missing out on making more money. Now, if your process has too many steps, it can be overwhelming. And if there aren't enough steps in it, that can still leave you disappointed. Now, you need to give every single person your full attention. And I know that can be time consuming, but this is a lifeline of your business. It will determine whether or not you can scale your business. Now, you probably have this concept in mind of what the system needs to be. You've made it bigger and more complex than it needs to be. Because of that, you've avoided taking any action, and you're just exhausted thinking about it, right? But that doesn't have to be the case. So today I'm going to share a very simple system with you that has only three. That's right. 3 pieces to this system. And there's a bonus that's going to help you get this in place, but also implement some automation. But you have to listen closely to this episode to get that information. So let's go ahead and dive into episode number 65 so you can get this system created and you can follow up like the savvy SheEO that I know that you are. Welcome back to the More Than Capable Mompreneur podcast. I'm Shannon Baker, a coffee-loving mompreneur that started as a virtual assistant and turned into a total systems geek. And I want to help you shift your mindset and embrace your worthiness while creating systems in your business so you can be more productive and build success on your own terms without the mom guilt. Are you loving that? Well, I hope you're ready for real conversations that will help you beat the perfectionist inside, rediscover your strengths, and up-level your self-love in the mom cracks of time so you can stop letting fear hold you back because you are enough and you do enough. We are more than capable mompreneurs. So grab your cup of coffee, some sparkling water, or pour a glass of your favorite wine and let's dive in. So if you've been listening to the podcast for a while, then you know I love helping solopreneurs, especially women, create systems so you can scale your business with ease and not be overwhelmed by the process. And if you're new to the podcast, don't forget that piece of information because this is my zone. But here's the thing about systems. They don't just save you time and help you work more efficiently. They also free up mental space so you can focus your energy on what really matters. Now, while I always talk about there being 6 core systems that your business needs, there are subsystems within each of those categories. Some people refer to them as workflows, but I call them all systems. Now, the core system I'm going to touch on today is your communication system. And within that system is your external communication, which includes your customer care process. You have to have a documented process in this system in place in order for you to create a better client experience. That's the only way you're going to be able to respond consistently. And this process starts at the first point of contact that someone makes with you, whether it's commenting on your posts on social media, sending you a direct message, sending you an email, or requesting information through your website. And how fast or slow your response makes a good or bad impression. And we know that first impression is a lasting impression. Now, when you have a good follow-up system in place, you'll then have time for your clients. This is going to make them feel comfortable with you, and it will help build that trust that they have in you. This also means that they're going to be more willing to just keep saying yes to you because you're building a strong client experience, which creates what I call a super fan. So let's talk about how you can create a better client experience for not just new leads, but also for your existing clients. Now, I want you to be clear on what the client experience is. It's how people feel after they've been in contact with you, whether they work with you or not. But this is also key to you retaining your existing clients and getting referrals from them. Never, ever forget the fortune is in the follow-up. But if you don't follow up, it's a missed opportunity that you cannot get back. So I'm going to share a simple 3-step process for creating a customer care system. And you can do this in what I call the mom cracks of time, which is little increments. Having this system in place is important because there's only a small window that you have to follow up before a person loses interest. And if you skip some of the important steps that are required to nurture that relationship, it's going to cost you in the long run. That is why this is one of the first processes I help my clients get in place. So let's just go ahead and talk about the 3 things that you need to create this system. First, you need to have a place to record the person's information. You need to decide where you're going to record this and how you're going to record it. I use a simple Google spreadsheet that has 2 tabs. There's a tab for all contacts that I make online, whether it's through Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, no matter where the contact comes from, I add it to that tab. I simply record some information about that contact and our initial conversation and the date. And then the second tab that I have is for all contacts that come in via my online scheduler because they schedule a discovery call with me. And this tab is totally automated. So here's an example of how this works. When you're on Instagram, you need to focus on having real conversations with people. Don't worry about selling them anything. Don't even think that you need to show off your expertise. Just focus on making a connection. Ask them questions to get to know them as if you were having a real conversation with them in person over coffee. Ask them what made them want to connect with you. Send them a voice message saying thank you if they follow you. It's easy to do and it does not take much time. I try to do this at least once a day and it only takes 15 minutes or less. The thing is, you take that person's contact information if they're responsive or not, and then you just continue to nurture that relationship, but you can only do that if you're tracking it. Now, when it comes to that second tab I mentioned, if a person schedules a discovery call with me, or for you that may just be some other terms you use for a free consultation, you have to have some automation in place. So I use Acuity as my online scheduler. So this is what happens behind the scenes. When someone schedules a call with me, their information is automatically added to the spreadsheet for me, including their answers to my intake form questions, and I don't have to touch a thing. This also happens. A card is automatically created in my Trello account with that person's contact information so that I can move them through my mapped out customer journey and see where they are in the process. And all of this information is the same on the spreadsheet. So again, you have to have a place where you put all of this information so that you can make notes and know where people are in the customer journey. You can't track what you don't see. And remember, that initial follow-up makes people feel seen, heard, and loved. So in other words, you're warming them up because you're dating them. And let's face it, we need to date them to get them to like us. They already know us because, of course, they've made contact with us. Now we have to work to get the trust factor in there. And really, the way that we interact with them from that first point of contact, again, gives them some insight into the way that we operate our business. So what does your process say about you and your business? If we're sketchy in the way that we're dealing with people from the beginning, they are not going to feel comfortable moving forward to the point that they're going to buy our services or our products. That's why this system is so important. Now, here's the second piece that you need to be successful. Response templates. Save yourself some time and create responses to frequently asked questions. Here are 3 that you need to get in place right away. General inquiries about your services with a link to your online scheduler. Professional connections as you build your network with a link for them to schedule a coffee chat with you. And the third one needs to be a response that includes a link to your freebie as you have those conversations and you know that you have a solution for that person. Now, once you've created these templates, you need to save them in your central files in either Google Drive or Dropbox so that you can open it, copy it, customize it, and send it very quickly. And that's whether you're on your laptop, your mobile phone, or your tablet. Now, if you need help creating your file management system, make sure you go back and listen to episode 16 where I walk you through that process. And here's one of the most underused features everybody has access to on Instagram: quick replies. Quick replies are previously formatted messages, i.e. templates, that you set up and then you send in a direct message to avoid having to type the same thing over and over again. I have one set up for when someone asks me what I do. Sometimes I use a quick reply message, and sometimes I just send a voice message because most people don't do that and I like to be different. The other quick reply message that I have is set up for online contacts that I want to get to know better in a coffee chat. That way I can see how I can support their business. I make it about them. It's formatted with the question and the link to my calendar. Just a few taps, I add in their name and hit the send button, and I'm done. Now, you've got the two basic pieces, but now let's talk about tracking those leads, which is the third piece. So I'm a big Trello user, not just for my business, but also for personal things, including meal planning and grocery shopping. It's one of my top 5 tools. You can check out episode 14 if you'd like to know what the other ones are. Now, if you are not familiar with Trello, it's an online project management tool that enables you to organize and prioritize projects. I have a board set up that outlines the different parts of my customer journey. And each new contact that I have that's a potential lead becomes a card on my board. The best part, again, when someone schedules a discovery call with me, that card is created automatically because the information is pulled from my Acuity account. But here's the great part. That other tab in my spreadsheet is set up for those contacts to automatically be added to my board as well, and I can track those leads. So basically, this board is a visual piece of my system. I can glance at it quickly and see where people are in their journey with me. If I have a discovery call with someone and they want me to follow up maybe in 30 days, I automatically try to get that circle back call scheduled while they're on the phone. But if I can't, I add a due date to that card, which will send me a reminder to follow up with them, and then I move that card to my follow-up later list. Now, if they go ahead and schedule that call, I still add the information in there about the date of their circle back call, and then I move that card to my circle back call list. This has been a total game changer for my business because leads are no longer falling through the cracks, and it frees up space in my brain, so I don't have to worry about it anymore. It's going to automatically remind me when I need to take some action on contacting a person. And that's really the key to making sure you don't lose track of those leads. You need those reminders. Now, if you don't want to use Trello, there are other ways you can do this. We all have calendars, whether it's Google Calendar or Outlook. There's also Google Tasks and Google Keep, and even a paper planner that you can use to track your leads and do the follow-up. Just make sure you have some kind of reminder system in place so that the leads don't fall through the cracks. And then you can just basically check that off your list and move on to the next task. So let's review what you need to do to follow up like a savvy SheEO. First, you need to store your information somewhere, even if you just start with a simple Google spreadsheet. Second, you need to make sure you create response templates so you can respond quickly. Create templates for any messages that you send over and over again. Then all you have to do is customize it with their name and some information and send it. It's done. And third, you need to follow up. This part is key because it's all about building relationships. So whether it leads to a direct sale or not, build a relationship through your follow-up part. The fortune may come directly from them, or it can come from someone that they refer you to, even if they have not purchased anything from you. But this will only happen if you follow up and develop that relationship. Now, I know this may sound like it's difficult, but it's really a very simple system that you can get in place. And because it's so important, I actually have all of this written out for you in a free download that you can grab from my online resource vault. There's going to be a link to that in the show notes. There's a customer care process template in there that you can use, including swipe files that you can customize so you can quickly follow up with those new leads and provide this stellar customer care so your business can grow. Now, I know that with everything that's on your plate, you like the automation that I talked about. You may have tried to do this before, but you ended up overwhelmed with the process. Well, I've got something to help you with that too. Inside my online resource vault is a step-by-step video challenge that's going to help you get the pieces in place that you need to automate this process using Trello and Zapier. During this step-by-step video challenge, you're going to document your customer care process using the templates and implement the automation tools to help you track your leads. And you can get it all in place in less than 30 minutes a day over a 5-day period because I've broken everything down for you into bite-sized pieces. That way you know exactly what tasks you need to complete each day so that you can document and automate your process. The regular price of this course is $27, but because you're one of my listeners, you can get lifetime access for just $17 if you use the code SAVVYLISTENER. That's SAVVY listener, one word. That's right. You can get this self-paced course for just $17. I want you to get this in place as soon as possible. Now, if you have any questions about this system or the video challenge, you can post them inside of my Facebook group to get my help. A link to the group, the episodes I've mentioned, and my online resource vault are in the show notes. So thank you again for tuning into this episode. Please let me know if you found it helpful. Take a screenshot, post it in Instagram stories, and tag me at _Shannon Baker. Thank you again for tuning in. And remember, you are more than enough. So until next time, keep calm and streamline.